Good day and welcome to the Sport Rep Show. My name is Limba Mupetami, your host. Let's start off the show with a hit list. Christine Boma's coach, Hank Botha, has dropped hints that the athlete will return to competitive competition as early as March next year. Namibia's outdoor hockey team leaves for Pretoria, South Africa this weekend for the Africa Cup of Nations Olympic qualifier, where only the winning nation will book their ticket to the 2024 Paris Olympics. Here is the captain, Petros Stoffberg.
Okay, so with us Peter Stoffberg, the goalkeeper of Namibia women's hockey team. Just been informed that she would be captaining the team to Pretoria. So how do you feel about your preparation and about your chances in this tournament?
I'm very excited. It's going to be a very tough tournament. There's never an easy game, and we're in a tough pool. Ghana is very strong. Kenya is very physical. So we're going to try our best, but I mean, with the support of MTC, the NNLC and the government, I think the funds that they provided gives us an opportunity to go and compete and prepare better.
Okay, so the time that you've had together as a team to prepare, how do you feel about the team that the time that you've spent together?
We haven't had a lot of time to prepare for the tournament. It took a while for us to find a coach. But that being said, all the players have a lot of experience. There's only 4 new players. Otherwise, we have players that have been playing for Namibia over 5 years. So it's just a little bit dust them off and then they're ready to play.
All right, all the best for you.
Thank you so much.
Namibia's Richelieu Eagles beat Zimbabwe by 7 wickets in the Castelite series played in Windhoek yesterday. Action once again continues today at the Wanderers Field. With that, we've come to the end of the hit list. Let's cross over to the Game Changers segment right after this break. Today on Athletes World, we take a trip down memory lane as we are joined by Wally Bredenhann, a former rugby player. Have a listen to his story.
Okay, well, for this one, this is actually a very, very special Athletes World episode. For this one, we are taking it down memory lane, and I am joined by Wally. Wally, hoe gaan het vandaag?
Baie goed. Springbok het gewen.
Springbok het gewen.
Zij zei, so die hart klopt mooi.
Die hart klopt mooi.
Die hart klopt groen, of wat?
Op die at this moment, while we're still talking about this is being shot before the semi-finals. So I'm sure we're going to give you a few broad predictions of how it's going to unfold. I think it's good that we're recording it now. Laat mensen het weet ons praat nog van die semis, voor ons nog van die finals praat. So, Wally voor ons nou praat van wanneer oom begin rugby spelen, that's like back in 1962. Playing rugby in 1962. What was I doing in 1962? I think I think I don't remember. What was I doing in 1962?
Ah, jy was nog eens 'n gedagte geweest nie.
Okay, Wally, gepraat van, voor ons aangaan met onze gezelschap. Zaterdagse wedstrijden, zondagse wedstrijden, die quarterfinals. Kom ons gaan nog een beetje deur. Hoe was hoe het oom die quarters geniet?
Oké, zoals ik nog gezegd, ik had gehoopt. Fiji wil ietsie doen, ja. Wil die rugby ontstel, wil die voorzitter van die International Rugby Board ook ontstel, want hij zoekt niet die klein mannetjies in die semifinals nie. So,
ja.
En die prinses het langs hom gesit, Williams se vrou, ja. En so hy moes maar seker maar sorg dat die Engelse wen. Maar wat albei wedstryde was baie interessant geweest. Was very physical.
Ja.
Dat groot sterk manne, daai Fijiane, hulle tackle vir jou net. Maar Engeland het ook nie teruggesit nie. Gister se aand het die bokke in die Franse baie goed opgeweeg teen mekaar. Enige een kon gewen het. Ons is natuurlik baie bly dat die bokke gewen het. Dat help nogal steeds van nasiebou hier langs dan by ons bure.
Net hier onder by ons.
Hier by ons bure, ja.
28-29 tijdscore?
Very tight. It could have gone any side.
Either way.
Look at what do you call it? The last 8 minutes
of the match.
And it could have happened, and they went into the half of the box, and discipline played a big role there. If they just had to do something wrong, a penalty, then it would have been from happiness, gloria to disaster.
To disaster nou. Allemaal zijn nog gecomplain het, gemoon het. Nou, oké, gepraat van Zuid-Afrika tegen Frankrijkse wedstrijd. I mean, Chaselin, Kobe, die wat Ramos nou probeert eerst kop te komen hardlopen vir die bal. Kom ons gaan terug nou in memory lane. As ek en oom moet praat oor rugby nou en rugby die tyd, het oom nou professional beginnen spelen. When Uncle Wally started playing serious rugby now, this is when things got serious back in the day compared to how it was then. And now that we see the likes of Chaselin, Kobe, I mean, everyone says rugby is a physical game, but somehow the small guys always find a way to survive in the game. I mean, Antoine Dupont, beste rugby speler in de wereld, Frankrijk, Chaselin, Kobe, Zuid-Afrikaner, kort klein spelertjie. Gepraat van rugby, dit het nie nou.
Ek dink jy kan dit eintlik oorweeg teenoor mekaar nie. As jy nou kyk na ek kan sê in die 70s, ek het op begin groot mense rugby speel, sê 70, 71, 72 en vandag, daai tyd het ons maar gespeel met ons bou, ons natuurlike bou, ons natuurlike skills. Dat ek sien nou uitkom. En toe het hy nou opgebou, professioneel begin raak en vandag, kyk hoe lyk manne, muscular. So, jy moet soveel kan benchpress kan doen. Jy moet in die gym elke oggend gaan oefen. Jy moet sterk wees, jy moet padded wees. Kyk nou tot die kopstampe nou al is 'n ergernis. En die reëls het ook al so verander dat daai tyd was ook maar rebist, jong, ja, was groot boere, sterk manne. As ek praat van boere, dis van die manne wat van die plaas af gekom het, hoe ene, hulle sê, ja. En daai man het getackle, maar hulle was ook net nie baie fiks geweest nie. Op vandag se hulle almal is gekondisioneerd, is fiks. Is reg. Even op klapvlak gaan dit nog dieselfde. Maar en hulle die rugby meer vaartbelyn gemaak. Wat is hierdie hard, kyk hierdie Colby 3 en dit. Sulke goed wil ons wil mos sien, manne druk 3 en dit. So dit is interessant, maar dat dit beginne ons het ons amper sissie rugby geraak, né? Die reëls is nie manne wat geblaas vir niks en dit nie. Maar daar is nog baie ons wat baie goeie skills en wat dit gebruik vir al hierdie Fijiane. Of hantering is uit die boek uit.
It's nog 'n kontaksport. Dit bly nog 'n kontaksport met al die reëls.
Exactly.
Okay, so with all the rules that we do have going on in rugby, it still remains a physical sport, which we still love about the sport. Maar okay, sê nou vir ons Oom Wally, die rede wat almal nog wil weet, hoe Oom Wally se rugby lewe unfold? Haker gespeel, hoe lank het oom gespeel?
Ja, we het nog gesê 62, maar dis het onder 10, okay. Toe het ons begin speel.
Ja.
So onder 10, onder 12, onder 13 op laag. Ek was altyd 'n flank geweest.
Okay.
Nog 'n fris mannetjie geweest.
Forward player from beginning, okay.
Number 6, number 7, I played I played that.
Never in the back line.
On the flank.
Okay, but you never joined the back line. 11, 9, 10, 11, 12.
No. I joined them.
Okay.
I joined them, but I was in their way.
Okay.
Standing in between them.
Yeah.
And then Danny van der Merwe, we had one incident also, Danny van der Merwe. Then I'm in between and I grabbed the ball from me. So, hoe kan jy die bal van my afgryp en ek is op pad bedoel hy. So, but I had to give our slower guys also a chance to play around with the ball. Okay, ek het daai tyd begin en toe het ek nogal gaan ons hoërskool toe en toe ek weet nie wat die onderwyser of iemand besluit nie, iemand maar hakker toe gaan.
Okay.
Maar vandag se rugby ook, jy sal sien baie flanke gaan rugby toe. Forino van die bokke, van Straden van die bokke. Dit was allemaal nou word nou hakers gemaak. Want het omtrent dieselfde. En toe is ons hoërskool toe, daar het ek begin flank speel.
Okay.
Maar toe was nie baie lus vir leer en so nie. So toe soek ons alles sport. Eers atletiek. Ek het nogal die myl gehardloop en dit.
Is dit?
Maar ek het net die eerste ronde voor gehardloop en daarna het ek van agteraf gekyk hoe hardloop hy voorste ou.
So wat
kyk hoe hardloop voorste ou. Maar toe gaan speel ek sokker. Ek het gaan
sokker ook?
Ja,
okay.
Center forward nogal.
Center forward, CF,
striker. Nummer 9, 10.
Ja, net daarvoor vir die goals, vir die eenskop.
Okay, dan na skool in die polisie college so net. En dan dis van 1970 en net so.
1970. Wow.
Okay. Ja, dit is nou gelukkig in Noord-Transvaal onder 20 liga. So jy dan nie saam met die groot manne gespeel het. So jy was dan onder 20 liga, so jy eie portier gespeel en net. Dis was daar klaar 72 toe ek 1972 toe ek Johannesburg toe. Toe het ek ook vir Witwatersrand polisie begin speel.
Okay.
Ook eers onder 20, dis nog onder 20.
Okay, so is nou amper nou piektyd nou.
Ja, sê. En toe moet jy nou daai stap van onder 20 oorgaan na die seniors.
Jebo.
En dan word jy nogal geboelie, want jy is nog jong mannetjie. Ja. Ja. So daar het ek nou lank gespeel vir eintlik so vir 9 jaar. En ek het die geleentheid gehad nogal om saam met die Transvaal.
Okay.
Nou is ons Lions. Het ek geleentheid gehad om saam met Transvaal ouens te speel.
Oh, met Transvaal. Moet jy nou Lions?
Ja.
Interesting.
Ek was nog 'n reserve gewees vir die groot spanne. As ek die name noem, hierdie Kevin de Klerk, hy was nou die president van die Lions. Dave Frederiksen, dit was die haker, Springbokke, daar was omtrent 7 Springbokke wat daar.
Dit is daarom 'n privilege nie.
Ja, dit was regtig. Maar die privilege is, ek was seker 3 keer reserve gewees.
Okay.
Maar die teleurstelling was, ek het nooit opgegaan nie. Hulle het nie seer gekry nie. Jy het net 2 reserves gehad.
Okay.
'n skramskakel en 'n haker. So jy kan vir enige posisie kon jy opgegaan. En ek was net bad luck.
En dit was nooit beserings gekry.
Ja, maar ek het dan onder 25, hulle het dit genoem die rooi bokke. Ek het dan vir hulle gespeel, die B-span, die Transvaal. In 1980 toe besluit ek nee, ek moet nou huis toe kom.
1980.
Wow. 1980, ja. Ek was gebore op Babes ook en groot geword.
Okay.
In 1980 toe kom ek nou Namibia toe. Ja, Suidwes-Afrika nog daai tyd.
Suidwes-Afrika, ja, Suid-Afrika.
Toe ek dan direk in tot ons polisie rugby klub toe was op Belou geweest. Oh. Ek en my broer Flip het toe teruggekom van Suid-Afrika af.
The brave gladiators of Namibia have a date with Morocco tomorrow at 7 in the Olympic qualifier match. Here are snippets of the players' training as well as assistant coach Mervin Bakera and Paula Shipanga speaking ahead of the much anticipated clash.
Good morning, coaches. We arrived on Saturday. We had our first session on Sunday. Can you perhaps just take us through the preparations?
Yeah, I think we already had a glimpse of these qualifiers in South Africa. So we started to prepare a bit, some attacking and defending principles, especially in groups, and we continue with it. Yeah, and it looks positive.
Definitely. As my colleague was saying, we had a chance to play COSAFA, and through COSAFA we managed to see what we need to improve on and what we need to do on. So when we got here, I think it's actually a good preparation for us, that we just continue where we left off. So we're happy with what we are seeing so far.
Okay, the weather is not on our side. This is not the weather that we are used to back home. We had to cancel a training session because it was raining. What is the approach on it?
In football, you gotta be ready for anything. The game is in the night, first of all. That's also another probably a factor against us, since we've used to playing our games at 3 or 4 o'clock. But as a professional, as coaches that we know, we are also preparing the players mentally, just to know that these things can happen, and we've gotta be ready for anything.
Yeah, I think one of the element I think is because also the head coach comes now a bit of he has a lot of time with the players, and coming from Guinea and all these games where you have different environments and different weather. I think the mental aspect he also have done it very well, just to make sure that we are motivated to face anything that comes our way.
Okay, I feel like the question that everyone is asking back home is the head coach of Morocco, is the newly recruited head coach of Morocco. What is your take on that? He's coming from Spain.
He's coming from Spain. He won the World Cup, eh?
Yes.
Congratulations to him. We also won the league, eh? So I think, it's a boost for them, but it's also confidence for us. Playing against the best, that's what we need to test ourselves as young coaches. Yeah. We're not scared. Actually, it's a motivation for us, and on that day, it all depends if our players can come through and listen to what we said and whatever we did in training, and just take it from there.
That ends Sharpshooter. Let's now head over to Rugby Lajol. World Rugby Chairman Bill Beaumont said on Tuesday the sport was about to enter an exciting new era with the unveiling of a new biannual international competition from 2026, comprising a top division of 12 teams from the 6 nations and the Southern Hemisphere Rugby Championship. Furthermore, while the stakes are higher and the pressure doubled in a Rugby World Cup final, the Springboks will need to defeat their own demons in starting badly in big games in the defense of their Webb Ellis Trophy when they face New Zealand on Saturday. That concludes Lejol. Let's move on to Globetrotter segment of today's show with Ari Hougat.
How do you find the perfect time? Is it in what we create? Or Is perfection a form of art? Can we taste the perfect time? Move to it. Feel it. Or is it best enjoyed together? The perfect time is out there. Come with us to find it. Vintage Draft. Perfect time, perfect beer.
G'day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with rugby news first. An announcement made by World Rugby that's related to competitions starting in 2026, and that's trying to get all the best teams playing in the world at the same time against each other, with the different seasons being the theme the past few years. And it will entail that there's 12 teams playing in a Nations Cup from 2026. That will be the Six Nations team playing currently the Six Nations Championship, and also the 4 teams playing in the Rugby Championship in the Southern Hemisphere, joined by 2 teams yet to be announced. And also good news for Namibia, because Namibia will likely be in the next group of teams, so that will be ranked from number 13 to 24 in world rankings, and they will also play in a competition as from 2026. At the moment, Namibia 21st in the world, so they must make sure that they hang on to the top 24 position, and teams challenging Namibia for that position would be Chile in number 22, also Canada 23, Hong Kong currently number 24 in the world, and then Russia number 25. Just above Namibia would be Romania at the moment in 20th position. The current world rankings for men is South Africa number 1, it is New Zealand number 2, and Ireland in 3rd position. The competition will start in 2026, and there will be a promotion relegation only starting from 2030 onwards. Moving on to cricket news, Cricket World Cup continues in India. That's a 50-over World Cup. Good result for South Africa, important result, keeping them in the hunt for a top 4 position for semi-final playoffs. And they beat Bangladesh by 149 runs, and that was Quinton de Kock scoring 174. That was a good innings for South Africa. South Africa 382 for 5 in their allotted 50 overs, and Bangladesh bowled out for 233. South Africa not clearly in the top 4 already, but they're very close to that. They've got 4 games left against the top 2 teams as well on the rankings at the moment. They still need to play against India and also against New Zealand. Then on Friday, important game for South Africa, playing against Pakistan. And then after that, the last game for scheduled, the last game for South Africa would be against Afghanistan. And continuing international sports news with soccer news, and it is Champions League soccer, and a good result for Manchester United. They beat Copenhagen by 1-0. They played at home, and it was an unlikely goal scorer for Manchester United in defender Harry Maguire. Header, he scored his goal for Manchester United, and then the hero for Manchester United at the end of the game was Andre Onana. He's the goalkeeper from Cameroon, and he saved a penalty kicked by Jordan Larson. That is from Copenhagen. That was the last kick of the game. So Manchester United winning 1-0. Then on to another game that was played. It's Arsenal that beat Seville, a good away win for them by 2-1. That's a good comeback for them after earlier in the competition losing 2-1 to Lens. And closing today's international sports news with tennis news. 2 tournaments on the men's calendar on the ATP being played simultaneously in Austria and also in Switzerland. In Vienna, it's Vienna Erste Bank Open that's being played. Stefanos Tsitsipas, number 4 seed. He's had a good result, a difficult first round against Dominic Thiem, a former world top 5 player, and he beat him 7-6 and 6-4. And the number 1 seed in this tournament, the Vienna Open, is Daniel Medvedev, and 2nd seed Yannick Sinner. Then also it is in Switzerland. It's the Swiss indoor tournament that's been played in Basel, and Holger Rune is the number 1 seed, and he's from Denmark. He had a difficult first set. He lost it to Muammar Sordvanik the first set 6-1, but came back to win the second set 7-5 and the third set 6-3 to be through to the second round. The 2nd seed player in the Swiss indoor tournament is Casper Ruud. He's from Norway. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
That ends today's Sport Rep Show. Do catch us again tomorrow, same place, same time.